Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So glad you're here. And today I have a process video for you for one of the layouts I created with the March My Creative Scrapbook kits. So I used the main kit and it's all about spring. And the kit's actually a mix of different collections, which I love. And they coordinate and mix together very well. So I'm going to be creating a layout of a family photo that we took. A little secret, it actually was not taken in the spring. It was a fall photo, but you can't tell really. So I changed the photo to be black and white so that it worked with the collection. And I chose to do a 4x6. So a lot of my layouts tend to use smaller photos, but I really love how this photo came out and I wanted that to be the star of the show. So this was actually the last layout that I made from the collection. So I'm using some of the leftover pattern paper and trying to use the big embellishment or the big elements in the kit. So really what I wanted to show you and walk you through is how I decided to create the layout and how I use the big pieces. So these big pieces are, I think it's actually a Simple Stories, a different collection, but I think it's called The Big Bits, or something like that. But anyway, it comes in the kit, and I thought it was perfect. I really wanted this to kind of be the star of the show along with the large house, again, signifying family. So for my title, I am using these foam dots. These are actually a Spiegel Mom Scraps product, and I love them because they have the little tabs that you just pull off. They are thicker foam than like some of the strip or foam tapes or rolls, but it's perfect and easy to work with. And then in terms of placing it on your layout, use the house as to give you guide on where you want to put the title. So here I kind of made it slightly off center, more to the right. And then I'm also adding the large tag underneath family because I want to add some kind of words and little sayings in that tag. Alternatively, you can also add some journaling within the tag as well. For the house itself, I'm just using my liquid adhesive to adhere it, or you can use any adhesive that you like. So as I was playing around and figuring out what elements I wanted to use, I had pulled out a lot of the florals from the embellishment packs that come in the kit. So I've got this pail of flowers that I'm adding on the bottom right. And then I also wanted to add a sun. I wanted to add some clouds, just kind of building a little bit of a scene there. And then I wanted to add a sprinkle of other flowers around the layout. So the one thing you'll notice is the bottom of the layout is pretty heavy, right? You have all these large elements here. So we'll go back and add something at the top, which I think really gives a nice balance to the layout and brings some of the darker colors to the top, so that as you're looking at the layout as a whole, it looks like it's, a pretty well balanced, I would say. As I add different elements to the layout and kind of build the dimension and the layers, I do alternate between liquid adhesive as well as the foam dots. It's a perfect way to give just more dimension. I personally love layouts that have a lot of texture and dimension to them, so you see me create in that way. And I think like butterflies, it's more organic, the flowers as well. So if it's not fully stuck down to the page, I think it just makes it look a little more realistic to me. And then I kind of wanted to add some other like little bits and pieces. So some of the little flowers that came in the collection kit, added some hearts as well. I think those just, they're fun little elements and interesting details for the layout. So moving on to other elements here, I wanted to add a couple of the sayings that come in the embellishment packs and the sticker sheet. So I added a couple there. And then I also wanted to kind of place the flowers around it. So almost like overlapping the sayings. So I added a couple of flowers there as well. So as I mentioned in the beginning, the layout's pretty bottom heavy, I would say. So I wanted to bring in the darker blue at the top of the layout somehow. So I decided to add some paper strips at the top. And for added dimension and texture, I did a little bit of paper tearing and just adhered them down to the top of the layout. And then I took the little piece that I had torn off, flipped it to the other side, and tucked it in right underneath that bigger strip. Now, when you're working with this and you're planning to do like some layers, I just applied adhesive at the top of the paper strip, the blue one, and then glued that down, and then placed the second one underneath it. And then once you've got that the way you wanted, you can go back in and add more adhesive to the blue so that it's not flapping around. Hopefully that makes sense. And then the last step with that one, I would say just like folding back some of the torn edges so that it has a little bit of texture to it. Now, at the bottom, I wanted to go back in and add some more sayings because the tag's so big. There's just a lot of space left over, and I didn't want to write a lot of journaling there. So I just added a sticker and then added some more flowers. And then for the journaling or the date, I just used my pen to write the date so that when I go back, I remember when this was taken. Now to finish off the layout, I wanted to add a little bit of glitter here. Paper and bling, right? You got to have some bling somewhere on this layout. So I used my pops of color to add like the flower centers, just add a little bit of glitter there. You can use stickles, basically anything that shimmers, right? Or you can add things like enamel dots, sequins, really anything of that nature will work there. And then lastly, I didn't record this part, but I added a couple of taps of gold spray that I have. And that really, I think it just completes the layout. So I hope you enjoyed the process and you've got some ideas for how to build layouts or how to use the collections. Would love to hear from you, any feedback, and see you next time. Have a beautiful day.